Hi from Amsterdam. This is Stefan from X-Dream Group, now here together with Fereidoon from Venera Technologies. I'm happy to have you here with me in this interview. You are back home in California, and
Yes, I am.
have the luck. I have the luck to be as a representative for all of us, for you here in lovely Amsterdam.
You're
So
lucky. It's a good place to be.
I am, yeah. So, and by the way, cheers. I have a beer because it's evening here already. It's
Oh, okay.
yeah, early morning your time.
I'm having coffee, so I'm having an Amsterdam cup just to be there with you.
Yeah, cool. Fereidoon, when you look back to IBC, I did that just yesterday. What do you have in mind about all the trade shows that have taken place here in this lovely city?
From a personal perspective, I remember the very first time I attended IBC, which was 2012, 8 years ago. It was such a joy and so different, and it was just really, really fun to be there. I remember the very first time, the very first walk I took on streets of Amsterdam. I almost was run over by the bikes 3 times, and I think that's the story probably from everyone who's there for the first time.
Oh, yeah, it
But
happened to us today already 3 times.
oh, is that
Yeah, yeah, really
yeah,
dangerous.
it is pretty dangerous, and so I learned that pretty quickly. But um, I miss aside from the show stuff, which we'll talk about. There are two things I miss a lot. One is right outside of the Rye. There is a Thai restaurant which has the best Thai food. It's a tiny, tiny place, and it's always busy. And we always go there because we're there a couple of days before the show starts to prepare for the show. So it's not when it's not busy. So we get our Thai Thai need out of the way before anybody else shows up. The second place is there's a right outside of that restaurant. There's a little outside stand which sells ice cream, and they have the best banana ice cream ever. I always have to have at least have it twice when I'm there. And I saw from the social perspective, I miss those kind of things. And it's the weather and then the environment and so on. It's a bummer that we can't be there. I'm here and you're there, so enjoy it. If you get a chance, go by that ice cream place. It's pretty obvious. It's right by the Rye, and it's got the best banana ice cream you can ever have.
Yeah, we will take the chance tomorrow if possible. As you said, the Thai place, I have that in mind as well because I remember 2 years back in time when we've built up our fairly large booth, nothing went right as it should. And I know that we have been leaving the hall at 10:30 in the evening, and this was one of the last restaurants that still had open, so that we can get at least some food. Yeah,
Also, you
so
know
every
what it
one of
is.
us has yeah, every one of us has his memories when he looks back to IBC and to Amsterdam. I'm always happy when weather is good and you can enjoy some summer, late summer.
Oh yeah.
So when you think about the show itself, what have you experienced on the show?
There are two main shows. One here in the U.S., the one in Amsterdam. The Amsterdam IBC, it's such has such an international flavor to it, and it really is our chance to get out and talk to folks from somewhat of a different perspective. A lot of the attendees at the U.S. show are obviously kind of U.S. oriented, but the IBC show is such a international flavor to it, and we really enjoy it. The venue is great. We've been there since 2008, so quite a few years, and pretty much all at the same time, same place in Hall 7. And so we get a different perspective and different set of sometimes requirements from the folks who visit, but they tend to stay longer. We talk, we chat. It's a really friendly, uh, informal way, but we get a lot of good feedback, and we get a chance to show off because it's been almost a year since the previous show, so we get a chance to really go over a lot of stuff at the show. We miss not being there.
Yeah, that sounds like you really miss it, and I can understand. I'm
Yeah,
so happy that we can be here at least for 2 days.
that's great.
Now, going forward, I assume you haven't been lazy, and lots of things have happened the last weeks and months that we have not been really been able to talk to our audience and customers to. So, what has happened at Venera Technologies? What is new?
Yeah, so we're working on a bunch of stuff, and in fact, it was interesting with the absence of any socialization and everybody being quarantined. We had more time to spend working on stuff that really mattered for our customers. So we really have expanded the reach of our products. You know, we have the on-premise product Pulsar for quality control for QC of video, and we have a cloud version of the product Quasar for also doing QC. I hope you can hear me well. There's a lot of noise out there, but I hope you can hear me okay. Um, in
We
any,
can hear you
can you
fine.
hear? Yeah, okay, good, good. So yeah, we have done a bunch of stuff. We took a lot of feedback from our partners and customers. You know, we've gone heavy into the HDR stuff. For example, we can validate HDR content really well. The Dolby Vision stuff. It's a lot of demand for Dolby Vision, and a lot of content is coming out with Dolby Vision, and be able to QC it, verify the content is good. We've done that. And the other big part that a lot of folks are paying attention to is the IMF packages. Everybody's creating IMF packages for their delivery, and you know Netflix requires it, and other places require it, and it's becoming the standard for delivery of packages between broadcaster studios and production companies and so on. And so we have the most extensive IMF QC capability of any product in QC in a QC market. So uh, we can detect and validate a lot of the various QC IMF profiles. So we did a lot of work at that. And what's also very interesting, particularly in Europe, is this photosensitive epilepsy (PSE), and it's big in UK, but also it's across Europe. A lot of countries and customers demand it. So we have integrated the Harding PSE, has been integrated, and so we provide a certificate when people run Harding PSE through it. The other big thing, particularly recently with this coronavirus, is remote QC. So we have capabilities. We have a lot of capabilities for people to be able to do cloud-based remote QC, either at enterprise level or individuals with ad hoc plans. So they can do all that. And one thing that we've always found very interesting, and particularly more relevant in Europe for IBC, is language identification. Ability to be able to detect the language of the content based on the analysis of the audio. And so, because a lot of the international content has multiple tracks, and each track has different languages, you know, Spanish, English, French, German, whatnot. And so we have the capability to be able to detect that and report back if it's properly done. So all that stuff is going on. We're building more what we call templates or QC profiles for different platforms, for Netflix, for Amazon Prime, for Hulu, for many others, to make life easier. So people coming in wanting to QC their content, they don't even have to spend time uh, creating those templates. They can just use one of our existing templates and go with it. So we've been busy, and it's been good. And in fact, you know, there's a lot of the requirements that have been coming in. We got to finish them and get it ready. We got it ready for IBC, whether IBC was there or not, because we were going to do it anyway. So it's all ready to go. And so we're looking forward to showing that to folks and demonstrating and hopefully being able to help them out.
That's great to hear. And as you said, hardening PSE, yeah, so that's something that happens here now more and more often. IMF packaging, to be honest, it's funny when you talk to customers, some of them have never heard about that before.
I
For some
know.
others, it's today's reality already, but that's something to come. And it's actually great to see that you are you're fully up to date, or for some of our customers a little bit ahead of time. Fereidoon, it was great talking to you. I hope that we will see each other quite soon again in one of the virtual events.
I hope so
Ours,
too.
where we'll see next time, very last, latest, will be in October, our x-dream event. And yeah,
Yes.
let me close right now with a view over to the to the big church at the what is it called, the marketplace over there, the newer market. So let's close the session with a last view onto lovely Amsterdam. All the very best,
Wow, that's
guys.
great, Stefan. That's great. Enjoy, Stefan.
See
Good
you
talking to
soon.
you. Enjoy.